How do you feel about starting a book or a series that hasn't been finished and might never be finished? These are two examples of that I've been dealing with lately. The first and maybe the most obvious is A Song of Ice and Fire, A Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin. For the longest time, I didn't read this because I knew it wasn't finished and I knew that it didn't seem like it might ever be finished. But last year, I finally had to just do it. And to be honest with you, it's kind of ruined my life because it's so good. It's so amazing. Because, of course, it's some of the most well-written fantasy that exists. Obviously, now I'm going to have to read the rest, and it's not finished, and it might never be finished. My strategy now is just to take it really slow and hope that maybe by some miracle it's finished before then. The other example is interesting. It's called Aspects. It was by John M. Ford. So the story with this is, unfortunately, he passed away before he finished this. So this is published without a finished ending, apparently. I think there is no ending chapter is how it works. And it's published without it. I kind of did a soft DNF on this towards the end of last year. This story is, it's a magical world and the main character is a member of parliament. And so there's a lot of political meandering going on here that is kind of slow. And it was interesting how difficult it was to get through knowing that there was no conclusion. That's probably obvious, I guess, but it is interesting how much it actually affects your ability to get through slower parts of a book. I will say, though, very well written, for sure. It's kind of interesting. There's actually a blurb for both of them from Robert Jordan, which again, also obviously The Wheel of Time unfinished until Brandon Sanderson did that, which that's another example. I haven't read The Wheel of Time partially because I'm not really sold on finishing it with somebody else. There's just something strange about that to me. Not that I'm throwing any kind of shade or anything. Is there more examples of this besides that? And how have you dealt with that? Do you even recommend starting a book? In one sense, I definitely recommend reading A Game of Thrones if you haven't read it because it's amazing. But also, yeah, it's kind of sucks that I'm going to read this whole series and it might not ever be finished. Anyway, let me know what you think. Go read a book. Bye.